Great. So we have our game. It's complete. It restarts. But the only part that we're not that we need to work on is where the program counts how many times somebody has won, and the first one to get to 3 wins is declared the winner before restarting the game. Right? So how do we do that? Well, we need to keep track of how many times either the human one or the computer one. And so to do that, we need two variables. We need a human score and we need a computer score. And since we need to keep track of them throughout our entire program and different functions are going to need it, it's best if we made it global. Right? So when we're out here and we made our global SAM variable, let's also make a global human score, and it's going to equal 0 to start out, and a computer score. That's also going to be 0 because they both don't have any wins yet right in the beginning of our program. And again, just to reiterate, when we make our variables out here outside of a function, these variables can be seen by all the different functions, and that's opposed to a local variable, which is like this one here, that can only be seen, that can only be used, and that only exists inside of the draw rock function. Okay, so we have this human score and computer score. Now, where do we increment it? We want to increment it. So every time a human wins, we want it to change from 0 to 1. If they win again, we want to change it from 1 to 2, and so on. That's what we call incrementing. Okay, so it's spelled like this, incrementing. So when do we want to do that? Well, we want to do it when the human wins. So right here, the human and the computer tie, so we don't want to increment any variables. But right here, the computer wins. So I want to, in addition to doing all these other things, I also want to say computer score equals, and you could say computer score, which is what it was before, plus 1. And you could see here that computer score is a global variable, so we need to also include it. So we say global SAM, and we also say global computer score. So that makes sure that our computer score goes up by 1 if the computer wins. What about down here when the human wins? We want to say human score equals human score. Whoa. Human score plus 1, right? And so since also human score is a global variable, we also need to include it here in our list of global variables that we're going to be using in this function RPS. All right, so we got human score incrementing, we got computer score incrementing, and let's go ahead and print it out just so that we can see that it is incrementing. Computer score. Well, we don't need to do it here. We could do it right here before we sleep, right? So let's say print comp score is computer score, and then we could do another print and say human score is human score. All right, so let's run that and see if it's working. I choose rock. Computer wins, and you could see here that my computer score is 1 and my human score is 0. Right? So it's working. Let me go ahead and try it again. It's a tie. The score doesn't change. I hit it again. Human wins. Now my human score goes up by 1. Right? So now I can keep track of who's winning and who's losing. And so again, the rules is the first player to get to 3 wins wins the game. So what do we want? What we need to do, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this print human score. Well, I guess we can leave it there. But what we need to do is make a decision, have the computer make a decision and check. And if you ever need your computer to make a decision or check for something, we always want to do it using an if statement. Okay, and we want to do it using the if statement right after we determined who won and who lost. So that's right here in RPS, and it's right before we restart the game. Right, so this is us restarting the game. So let's go ahead and check and say if human score is greater than, oh, I'm sorry, is equal to 3, right? Then we want to run some kind of a function like human wins. And then we could also say else, elif, right? Computer score is equal to 3. Then we want to run something else like computer wins. And then we could say else, and that means anything else. If human score is not equal to 3 or computer score is not equal to 3, then we just want to do the regular thing and restart the round. Right? So that's how this goes. When we click on a rock, paper, or scissors, it's going to run RPS. It's going to say who won the round. Then it's going to check the score to see if anybody won, either the human or the computer. And then lastly, if nobody won, it's going to restart the round. Okay. So let's go ahead and test that. Actually, instead of doing human wins, let's just go ahead and print out human wins. Okay. So let's go print human wins the game. And then right here, let's go ahead and put, this is just, of course, to test, print computer wins the game. All right, and let's see if we can get a winner out of this. So I hit the rock, it's a tie. I hit the rock, it's human wins, great. Computer wins. Let's see, it's a tie. Ooh, I'm not sure what's going on there. But my score is 2-1, and so let me go ahead and hit rock. And now it's 2-2. Okay, things are getting exciting. I hit rock, and human wins. And you could see down here that it prints out human wins the game. All right. So this algorithm is working, right? This check here is working. It's either determining who's the winner of the game, or it's restarting the round. So let's go ahead and take out this print human wins, and let's just run the human wins function and the computer wins function. But what do those functions do, right? So we need to define them. And what do they do? I guess they can just go ahead and erase everything and just print out human wins. Okay. So let's go ahead and try that. Where is it? So this prints everything. So let's go ahead. And I just want to get the title portion because I just want to print out who won the game. I don't need to print out anything else, right? So I can come down here, and instead of human wins function, let me just go ahead and drop this right into the if statement. And I'm going to say here, human wins the game, right? Yay. And then after I do that, I want to do a time.sleep. Time.sleep, because I want the program to stop for a few seconds before restarting. And what else do I want to do here? So if the human wins, I want to write human one. Oh, but I need to clear everything before I do that. So I need to do t.clear, and I need to do sam.clear. So I clear what they wrote earlier, and then I write human wins the game. I sleep my program, and then I want to restart. And so restarting is doing this all over again, this start game function, right? So I'm going to go ahead and grab that after sleeping and put it right there. All right, so what's happening here is if the human wins, right, then we're going to clear the screen of all the writing. We're going to put the turtle at the right location and print out human wins the game in big font. We're going to sleep the computer for a second so it doesn't do anything, and then we're going to restart the game. One thing we're missing is if this is the case and we restart the game, we need to reset the human score and computer score back to 0. All right, so let's say equals 0, and also computer score equals 0, because we're restarting the whole game, right? And so we need to reset the score. And so I'm going to go ahead and grab all of this, and I'm also going to put this here under computer, except I'm going to put here computer wins the game. And I think we should have a complete game now. So let's go ahead and stop. We could run the program. I'm going to hit rock, 0, 0. I hit rock again, it's a tie. I hit rock again, it's another tie. Oh my goodness. Come on, computer. Let's choose a different. Okay, good. Computer wins. It's a tie. Interesting. Ooh, things are getting kind of weird. Okay, here we go. Here's a rock. We choose rock. All right, so computers 2, human is 1 so far. Computer wins again. Great. So computer wins the game, pauses for 2 seconds, and starts over. Ooh, but we did mess up, right? So here we need to erase before we restart the game. So let's come back in here. And so right before we restart the game, we need to erase what was written earlier after we sleep. Oh no, not there. Where are we doing this? Okay, right here on the sleeps, right? So after the sleep, we want to t.clear, erase the board, and restart the game. Same thing with if the computer wins. Right after we sleep, we want to say t.clear and then restart the game. So let's go ahead now and run that. Choose my rock, tie. Choose another rock, it's another tie. I choose a rock and it's a win for the human. Oh, good. So I won again. Now I just need one more win and we're good to go. Yay, I won. Human wins the game, pauses for 2 seconds, clears, and restarts the game. Now, the important part is to check here that my scores reset that back to 0, 0 because we are restarting the game. So let's hit rock, human wins. It should be 0, 1. Excellent. So our score is updating properly. Everything's being written properly, and we have a complete game. So if you got to this point, then maybe you can go and take a look at the challenge exercises and see if you can implement any of those.